Welcome back. This is Will at Work. I'm Kevin. Today we're looking at the Power Joy. Technically this is Power Joy 2, but it's not labeled that way anywhere. What is the Power Joy? Came out in the early 2000s, around 2001. It's a Famicom clone, NES clone that plays games. It's made by this company called Trump Grand that makes a lot of clone systems. This isn't a terrible package. It has a base unit, right, that sort of resembles an N64. Now, why it has an analog stick for Famicom games, I don't know. It might just work like a digital joystick, which would be okay, I suppose, if you were playing like a fighting game or something. But if there are NES games, there's not a lot of that going on. We do have a pretty normal D-pad over here. 4 regular buttons of start and select, reset, power off and on. It's on both ways. There are also a cartridge port on the bottom, which is unusual, and it does run on batteries. Let's see if there's any in here. It's not currently. It looks like 4 AAAs maybe. Double A's can fit in there. What is somewhat unique about this being a cheap clone system, though, is that this tip is a light gun. And so you have a lot of NES and Famicom light gun games that use this. And there's a trigger button down here. You can aim it at the screen and play light gun games. So you don't see a lot of that in the emulators that are out there for NES and such. So it has a little bit of utility if you wanted to play some of those. Now, there are actually 2 cartridges because the Power Joy 64 or PJ001, not 64, has a different cartridge. And so the first Power Joy and then this Power Joy is the PJ008. I don't know if they're interchangeable or not. I don't have the other one. But it is interesting that they put a whole bunch of games on a cartridge, and I don't know if they sold other cartridges. For this, I think there's something like 80 games on here. We'll take a look at it. And then this is the second player controller, which is just for 2-player games. It's your standard D-pad, some cheap buttons. There's no bumpers up here because, again, we're just talking NES style stuff. So we won't be using that one for today's demonstration. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put some batteries in it. We'll flip over to the video side and we'll see if it works. Okay, so here we are with the Power Joy. I have not inserted the cartridge yet, and it starts up like this and says 10 in 1. So apparently there are 10 built-in games to the system before we even insert the cartridge. Let's see what we have. Now the thing is that these are typically NES games that have been renamed, and the copyrights and names of the games have been stripped. So they're, they make up names for them, but they're actually commercial games that they've changed around. So the analog stick does control this, so you can use that. Since we don't really know what anything is, let's look at Shoot Copter. Whoa, okay. Oh, I gotta shoot at this thing. Duh. I'm not even shooting. I don't know who's shooting, but it's not me. Trying to determine if this light gun actually is doing anything or not based on my HDMI screen. Seems like I can actually hit things with it, which is really unusual. Like, I will shoot away from the helicopter here, to the left. Missed. To the right. Yeah, but who's shooting? Who is doing that? Who is doing the other shooting? Is it a computer player shooting? It's really weird. To the right. To the left. I don't know what's going on. Let's hit reset. Let's try a different game. Falling bricks. Oh, so this is like Tetris. Trying all the buttons here. I don't think this is Tetris, though. I mean, I don't think it's even a clone of Tetris. Like, it's a clone of Tetris, but I don't think it's like Tetris renamed. This isn't Tetris. Okay. Let's reset. We don't care about that. Shoot copters. Really? Just did shoot. We're not doing that. Well, let's look at it. Nah, it's the same thing. Panzerfly. Oh, is this like a shmup or something? It's a racing game. Well, nobody swerves. This isn't exactly difficult. Oh, I can't hit the wall. Okay. Trying to see if any of the other buttons do anything. Apparently not. Alright, we don't care about that. Looks like everything works okay here. Let's just try shooting. Shooting. So shooting gallery. Alright, let's see if I can hit anything with this. Like, who is doing the shooting? Like, I'm not shooting. Okay. Sometimes, like, I pull the trigger and it shoots, and then it's like it shoots more than once or something. It's really weird. Like, I didn't just do that. Who's doing that? You can hear when I'm shooting. Yeah. So this is another game where you need the vertical blank. So you need to play this on a CRT. It's just not going to work on a regular monitor, which is okay. That's to be expected. All right, I'm going to put the cartridge in. Kind of weird to know which way the cartridge goes in. Is it square? It looks like there's two little prongs preventing me from putting it in backwards, which is good. Okay, let's turn it on. And we have 84 games. So these are, I mean, 1942 is 1942. Arachnoid is Arachnoid. Balloon Fight, we know that. What are these other ones? I don't know. City Connection, is that a thing? Challenger, we know Dig Dug. Devil World. Oh, it's like Pac-Man. It's like a Bubble Bobble Pac-Man or something. Oh. Oh, so I gotta. This is a legit thing. Oh. What am I supposed to do with the cross? It's a really weird game, man. Alright, well, we don't want to play this. It's dumb. City Connection. Wow, this is crazy. The fuck am I supposed to do in this game? I could probably just do a show where I just like try and figure out NES games and how awful they are. Like I don't mean to say that they were awful back in the day, but like trying to figure them out now, just this is too much, man. Wow. I'm lost. Woo! Alright. We're done with City Connection. So, I mean, this thing looks like it works alright. It's just standard NES Clone, but... if there's anything good on here, though. There's Karateka again. And Joust. Let's look at NES Joust. Since we looked at Atari Joust in different forms, let's see what it looked like on the NES. That looks pretty good. Not as good, I would say, as the 7800 version, but not bad. I'm getting my ass handed to me mightily. You just explode when you get near these guys. It's not quite how I remember Joust to be played. You didn't just explode. You just fell off your ostrich. Alright, well, so much for Joust. Galaga. Load Runner. Pooyan. Stargate. Star Force. Well, of course, we have to try Star Force. Oh, looks like a shmup. It's not good. I'm not a good member of the Star Force team. All right, so Power Joy 2 works fine. A little battery run console. You know, lets you play some old school NES. It's not terrible. Apparently, this company that makes these still makes stuff too. I don't know if they still sell this. They might. I mean, there's some companies still sell LCD stuff, which we're going to talk about in a future episode. Because I don't really collect LCD games, but I've got one I want to talk about. And I think I have another one I want to show. But anyway, that's it. Power Joy. Thanks for watching. See you tomorrow.